I'm Christy Darty. I teach lettering and doodling, and today I'm excited to share with you some different tips on how to be creative in your Christian planner. One of the first things I love to do when I open up my planner is to make some tabs so I know exactly where I'm going, okay? And so I've made 2 tabs. I started with January, and when I lift this and pull it over, this is January. I flip right to January, okay? And then when I go to February, I already have something marked for February, and I can flip right to February. Now, I've only done those 2 because I was thinking that whenever I do actually put my dividers in, maybe I won't put the tape on there. This is decorative tape, I'll show in a second. Maybe I won't put those tabs on there until I get to that month, right? So it's easy to find it and flip, and I don't have to go through and, be like, no, which tab is it? And then I think that would be a great way to, so that's how I'm going to try it this year. But I'll show you how to add the tape. So the tape is washi tape. I don't know if you've ever played with washi tape, but it's addictive. You can definitely start collecting washi tape. But I just had different designs. This one has a little bicycle on it. I picked it because it's blue. I just like blue for January. And then I didn't go out looking for it, but I had some red hearts for February. Okay, so what we'll do is first I'm going to show you a cool way to store your washi tape. This is just on an embroidery hoop. And some of you are saying, what in the world is washi tape? Okay, washi tape is just fun decorative tape. All right, so let me just show you. They come just on a roll like this. Okay, I'm gonna get green for March. So I'm gonna take this green one off. Okay, and then I'm gonna put the rest away for now. So this is a great way to store it. And I actually hang it on my wall as well. So get it out of the way. If you have a craft area that you could hang it up, that's fun. So I have my green for March, right? And this is it's just tape. It's just fun and decorative. So we are going to put this on for March so I can teach you how to do it. So I just kind of line it up. Again, this is fun. This is not for the perfectionist. Let's just have fun with it, right? So January, February, and then when I do March, I am going to just make the tape go a little bit down. This tape is even thinner than the other. I just like green for March. This tape you can rip off if you want to. You can cut it with scissors. There's so many different ways to do things. I am maybe you might call me a messy crafter. I just like to do it. I don't like anything to slow me down. I want my creative juices flowing, and I don't want to slow down. Okay, so this is the last day of February, and then March starts over here. So I like to go ahead and put the tape on the last day of February and the beginning of March, okay? So just to kind of line up and see where I am, this is probably good enough for me, just right here. So I'm putting the tab a little bit on, and I don't know, this might be 1.5 inches that I cut off, maybe 2 inches. And then again, I'm not a perfectionist about it. I'm gonna wrap it around, and when I do, I'm gonna make sure to leave some tape to make a tab with. Does that make sense? So I'm leaving some tape off of the paper so it sticks out. Just if you were to have tabs. You can buy tabs. You can buy tabs already done. Yeah, so that's how you do it. That's easy. Look at that. So now I've got my 3. Now they're not lined up exactly, but I know where they are. I know. Okay, so now I'm in March. Here's March. All right? Super fun, super cute. Just a way to add color to your journal. The second thing I want to show you in this video is when you're writing on your calendar, you might be fearful that, oh my gosh, maybe my pens are going to bleed through here. I need to make sure that what pens I'm going to use are not going to bleed through, because I don't want it to bleed through to the next month, obviously. But what you can do is designate a special place for you to do your samples, okay? And so what I did back here is I put another tab so I knew I could flip to the back really quick and know what page I'm on. And I just started writing with my different pens. I wanted to know what was going to work, what's going to bleed through, what's not. And so I had a Pentel brush pen, watercolor brush pen, Eco Line. I'm going to do this one. This is a Fudenosuke. Say that 3 times fast. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see it better. Okay, Fudenosuke. This is by Tombow. And I'm just writing this down so I can look on the other side and see. Now there's 2 things that markers do. They can ghost or they can bleed. Ghosting is just like You see like a little shadow, but bleeding is when it gets on the next page, okay? And so what's really nice about these markers is, ta-da! You know what I love about this? I don't even really see a ghost, but what I love about this is the paper in this journal is nice and thick, okay? So you can see a little bit of ghosting, but not enough to worry. Like none of that bothers me. Now, I didn't use a Sharpie, and a Sharpie would be something that probably would go through. I couldn't find one, or I would have tried it for you. So there you have it. All of these different pens, markers work in here without bleeding through. So that's great. A Crayola marker. I have a Flair, a Tombow, Ecoline. So let me just show you some of the markers. This is Ecoline, the red one. And then Tombow is a dual brush marker. Flair is one of these. And then I had just a regular old Crayola marker, which is actually great for lettering. Actually, that's a washable one. All of the different pens. So here is the Pentel brush pen, my favorite one I've talked about, the very top one. Watercolor brush pens. These are, just like they say, they have watercolor in them. And so that's what I use for that green. A Prisma color marker is this one. And I showed you the Fudenosuke. Precision pen is one of these just fine liner pens, which I love using. It's just a thin monoline pen. I think that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there you have it. Those are a lot of different styles of pens, and I'm super excited that they work in here. I also think that means that watercolor brush pens, or watercolor, is going to be great in here too, because I use the watercolor brush pen. So isn't that exciting? So I hope that these were good tips for you today. We're going to go ahead and go back into the calendar. I'm going to show you a few fun ways that you can dress up some of the days of the month. Okay, so for each month, you can decide on a theme if you want the whole month blue. Like I told you, the tape for January is blue. And maybe I'll just do blue markers, blue pens. Or it doesn't have to be that way, but it's just kind of fun to have a theme and kind of have a plan ahead of time. So New Year's Day, I'm just looking at January the 1st. So New Year's Eve, of course, is over here. And just for fun, I'm going to letter, okay? When you hand letter, this is a brush pen. It's got a short nib. I love this for beginners. It's called a Pentel Touch Pen. It's a brush pen. And I am just going to write New Year's. And when you write with this, since it's flexible, what you are going to do is you're going to press down you're going to press down to make a thicker line when the letter goes down, when you make a line down. So new, and now years. Y. This is a downstroke, so it's thick. When I go up, it's thin. Downstroke is thick. Okay, down, and then I'm going back up, down, up. Down is thick, up is thin, down. New Year's. And since I'm right here, I'm going to put Eve because that's the night before, okay? And I'm going to mix it up now, and I'm going to write Eve tall and skinny, because it's fun to make your letters different. It's more interesting to see different styles of lettering. So there you go, New Year's Eve. Let's do a little doodle next to it. Let's double check and make sure this didn't bleed or ghost through. It's got a little ghosting, just a little ghosting there. Can you see that? So if you don't want that look, which it's not bad, but if it bothers you, use a different pen. Don't use, just practice on in the back like I showed you, so you can get a feel for what you're going to be happy with, okay? You can use pencil, whatever you want to use. Okay, New Year's Eve. Now, let's do a party hat. How about that? And now I'm going to mix in some other colors with it. So I think I'm going to use watercolor brush pens. And, well, let's see. This actually might... But this isn't exciting to do the same color, is it? Let's do this purple color. Okay. So we're going to draw a party hat. Just a triangle. Okay. And then it's going to have a that thing on it. That little thing on it. Get a little bit closer for you. And we're going to do a little party blower. So I'm just going to make a round. Like a blower that someone's blowing. It's like that. And then if you want to do like kind of confetti, like you could just do some little confetti around and make it fun and festive. Happy New Year, 2021. Everybody's excited about 2021. They're hoping it'll bring great things, right? Which we know it will. So there is a simple way to jazz up your planner for January. So I always like to take like a fine liner. Again, it's just a thin pen marker. And I'm going to do just some loose lines around this hat, okay? Loose lines. And then I'm going to make my asterisk, pom-pom, whatever you want to call it on the top. And then I may go ahead and trace over this blower, just to give it some life. But that's it. That's so simple. And then if you have a birthday in January, you could go ahead and decorate for the birthday. I'll be showing you more things as we go along, but I hope you got some tips today that will help you in your planner. And I'll see you in the next video.